And we continue following breaking news this morning. Possible tornado reported right now in Rutherford County with at least one fatality. NWS crews will be headed to the area soon to check the damage now that the sun is up and confirm that this was in fact a tornado. Nick Barris is live for us on Midland Road in Christiana this morning. And Nick, this is so sad. A heartbreaking, deadly storm.
Yes, as we've reported, one died in just a devastating direct hit by this storm on a single home. As you said, I'm on Midland Drive, and this is an area where first responders have been out all night. The road remains off limits except for residents and first responders. The Tennessee Highway Patrol has it blocked off right now in both directions, has those first responders make their way back there to assess the damage. And what we've seen from Sky 5, devastating. We have the one fatality at 8085 Midland Road, a woman in a home we believe to have been alone. The home basically collapsed upon her. She died. Not far from there at 2250 Rock Springs Midland Road, there was a mobile home pulled from its foundation. 3 people were in that, and 2 of them were seriously injured. The other, amazingly, escaped serious injury. Now, again, this road here remains closed because at least 3 of those large power poles were snapped like twigs. Power lines came down. 1,500 homes were without electricity. We've since, over the past several hours, seen several of the homes, their lights come back on. So much of that's been restored, but there is concern that there may be some still hot lines on the ground. So if you don't live down here and you're not a first responder, don't come down, at least not right now. Crews also right now going door to door in some of this area just to make sure there are no other casualties from the storm. But again, 1 fatality, 2 seriously injured, and the devastation, as you're about to see, a bird's eye view. Sky 5 has it. Let's go now to Sky 5. Well, actually, before we go to that, I did talk to a neighbor. I want to put this on as well. I talked to a neighbor just down from the home where the woman died, and this is what she said she saw and heard.
You can see the underpinning of the house right up underneath it. It's just turning right backwards. And we've got an old house, old farmhouse back behind there.
How scary was it kind of when you realized what happened? I'm glad you're okay. But
It sort of upset me because, you know, somebody died. I mean, you know, and you lose somebody, and especially if they were by themselves. That's what's bad.
That, again, is Rita Garrett, a neighbor just down from the home where the woman died. Now, again, the devastation she described, Sky 5 is high above us right now. Heather is up there as well, and the scene really is devastating. Heather, what are you looking at right now?
Nick, it's just hard to put into words how devastating it is to look at this home. We've got a first bird's eye view of this home. And in all of my years covering tornadoes and their damage, I have never seen a home like this that was completely ripped off the foundation and just flipped over. This is where we know that one woman unfortunately died. You can see that home completely turned over onto its roof and just ripped off of the foundation in this possible tornado. From Sky 5, if you're just now joining us, we are in the Christiana neighborhood, and we have been looking at this possible path. What is incredible with this is that you have this home that has just been leveled, and right next to it, homes that have been untouched. Looking at this path, this narrow path that goes all the way here from Midland Road up into 231, it does look like a tornado path that the National Weather Service will come later this morning and confirm and see what strength this possible tornado was. We're not only just seeing this home damage, several more in the path of this, power lines that are down there as well, trees that look like they have just been turned and pulled over. So this is just a devastating image to see this morning in this Christiana neighborhood. This bird's eye view for us showing all the way to 231. We've got damage with this. We're going to try next to go over to where that mobile home, unfortunately, was just ripped to pieces. The sheriff's department says where 3 people were inside and 2 people were injured with that. Now, as we were watching this storm last night, we got what is called a tornado debris signature, where debris was likely getting lofted into the air as this possible tornado was on the ground. And exactly where I could see it on our radar system, that's where we're seeing the damage this morning. Again, the only place you're going to see this bird's eye view here on News Channel 5. Now, Blake is out at another home that was potentially struck by lightning. They think it could be weather related and caught fire. Blake, what's the latest there?
Well, Heather, actually, we've been moving around so much because we are just getting more and more reports in about the damage that we're seeing. So I want to flip things around for you. I'm actually at a different scene, and it's a little bit far away, but you can actually see there the roof of this home ripped off. The good news is that I'm told that they don't believe that it was occupied at this time. So that is the good news. Unfortunately, a home right across the street, though, also had its roof ripped off. That one also very seriously damaged, and I'm told there was an elderly couple inside, and one of them did have to go to the hospital. The good news is it does not appear that those injuries are too serious. We're also being told that there may be a third home right around this general area. I'm currently on Midland Fosterville Road near Threet Road. That's where we are seeing more of the damages. At this part of the road is not blocked off. However, there are several utility vehicles as well as police in the area continuing traffic along as they also work to assess all of these damages. So these damage reports are just going to continue to come in all throughout the morning. We're going to be checking them out for you and finding out how everyone is doing and what the status is of everything that is happening here in the Christiana area and all across the viewing area, which also saw severe weather overnight. Stick with us all throughout the morning. We'll give you those updates. For now, live and live drive, Blake Rosnowski, News Channel 5.